Okay, cool. So tonight, we're winding all the way back to something we did in very early rehearsal, which is work with the ladder. We're creating the sequence of the unworthy worthies. We'll get as far as we can tonight, but the first goal was just to let you share with us what you came up with in your composition. Dana's now seeing the images that we're playing with. So this is just raw material that you shaped into a sequence. We're interested in what you came up with, so no pressure, just wanting to see it. So if you can get yourselves someplace in the space as a group.
Is it okay to scoot the table back? Yeah.
Well, the thing is that the table is really going to be here unless we physically move it out of the space for this part of the play. So we could move it, but then the question would be, how do we go into that? So just so that you know, that's one desk. It may be that we end up deciding we want to move it, but are you able to kind of start upstage as you just did and work around it?
I mean, that would, like, we haven't rehearsed it that way. I'm sure we can figure it out.
Then we'll move it out of the way just for the rehearsal.
Okay, yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah.
When we're working with the ladder, let's just move it straight up stage.
Do you record the whole rehearsal? Or it's just...
We haven't recorded before, so we're just doing it because we want to. We can do anything you want. Hi, Brian.
Okay.
And they just
Yeah.
A little bit?
Yeah. Somewhere down. We're gonna. Yeah.
Deanna will be part of this. Very cool. Good. Really good. Great. Okay. I'm going to ask, even though I know that we're not necessarily going to be involving you in the section, to have Amanda and Savannah be on deck, because you may be involved in the images that we're creating. Even though it says you come in later, we may need you. So if you could be up there with them, and then at least available if we need to, that would be helpful. So we'll make friends with the ladder. And this dark spot we're going to be living with for.
Oh, I'm going to turn on that other one.
That was really helpful. Because otherwise it's like putting me to sleep. So, how heavy? Pretty heavy. And Dana? Yeah. It obviously could be shorter. It could be narrower. Part of what we're trying to figure out is what it needs to be for what we want to do. It probably doesn't need to be this big. But we didn't want to make the ladder until we kind of figured out what we
Right. And if it's up on stage, it needs to be center for the most part, right?
Well, it can be down here on these lower levels. It can be up. Can somebody spot her with this?
No, I need to figure out how unwieldy it is before I ask.
I see.
If I turn it, if I bring it this way and one of you touch the top row.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And who do you imagine is up on it first?
First one is Saint
Agatha.
Agatha.
Which one of you, which one of you, which one of you?
I think we had 2 volunteers who were comfortable going up the ladder, and then others who might be voluntold, or that we might negotiate or experiment. So let's try, why don't you be Agatha?
So if you have 2 people on either side. And I'm gonna suggest that the ladder is always slightly at an angle rather than straight up, so we never worry about it
Kicking
forward
out.
motion. So if I'm here and somebody else, here's my, for me. You want to bring your shoulder into it? So we want to move away from, because women's center of gravity is here. The strongest part of our body, this is the weakest. If we're using our arms, we don't have the same strength
As if we're using
as
our.
if we're using them. So we want to use this part of our body for support. So if I were to come up and I spot, so somebody else can't be there. So that's, the gravity changes, right? Are you guys all right?
Yeah, completely.
Right, the center of gravity changes. How did that feel? Okay.
Whatever you're comfortable with.
So can I just see you up, and then if you need to switch people so you don't get mixed up. And if you were here-ish, right? So that we're not, so that it becomes an ascension up, we come in and out. If you go into one of these gestures, can you put your arm, or your left arm around that rung? I would even, ladies, all right? Talk to each other if you get tired. Good. Put your arm around this rung. Yeah, exactly.
Like this?
Yes, so if you've got your elbow hooked, you've got the gesture with this hand. Is that kind of what you're thinking? In a way?
Yeah, I think it's interesting if, we were experimenting some with what the person what the saint is doing.
Right.
So they may not be posing in the gesture.
But as far as this level of
Yeah, height.
height,
The climbing up is really interesting.
uh-huh.
And turning out, so one of the things that I remember we were experimenting with was
You
actually.
guys all right? You want to take a break? Are you okay?
Yeah. This is probably about as long as you'll be there. So should we just try, Agatha? And right where you are, just see what happens. Let's just go
Okay.
for it. And Deanna, I know that you have lines in this too. So to be figured out later.
So if we went through this gesture.
Is that light making it harder to see?
Yes. I can't see, the stage is dark, there's a light here. But
Just be going through these series of gestures.
Yeah.
This is an idea.
It's just my little thigh.
we might,
Just to see.
yeah, just to see.
So I think what might be the most beneficial is come up with 3 tableaus that feel safe and doable, and then we'll figure out.
The transitions, how you get there.
Right.
So I'm really interested in what the person on top is doing. knowing that we can always sculpt the attention of the people. So one of the ideas that we had was that you were lying on the ladder, or sitting on the ladder.
How far back can you go where you feel safe, right?
That was not safe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you shifted.
Yeah, no, the bottom.
She asked for a line.
Okay, Hannah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember that you're,
Does that feel okay?
Other than that, I'm okay.
so you're really using your lower body.
And they're gonna know when you do stuff.
Does that make sense?
So kind of you're there to kind of keep you're there to brace the foot. We don't have to have those metal things on the foot, on the end of the ladder, Dana. They may be helping or they may not.
I think they're helping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Because then
the
you can
wider
step on
It's
it.
just like when I
The
lean
energy
back,
flow
all,
in
the
your back,
whole ladder, like the whole weight of the ladder is like going, and then it slides forward. So lying back is scary. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe then there's something that there's an illusion, even if the ladder is at this degree, rather than here or here, that the leaning forward feels, I don't know.
I think just what happened is Deanna moved her weight in a way that you didn't do anything wrong, just that had a reverberation. So I think we're,
Like if I leave my hips forward, it's not quite so bad because again, I'm still
Right.
drawing my weight forward.
Right.
I guess I'm just responding to you about what images are resonate for me. I think her lot. So if you're lying and on the ladder,
Well, what if the ladder is actually vertical?
that's one of the three. I think one of them
If it was
is.
actually vertical, that would probably be better.
Okay, so try that. So dancer smoosh.
This is the Beatrice. I imagine this is Beatrice.
Yeah. Step up and then you guys.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're getting the illusion of the verticality. I mean, the illusion of she could lean against it.
I think she can, but I think we probably need to put more on. Wait.
Yes.
Yeah, this feels better at least for like leaning back.
Right.
I would not feel comfortable leaning forward.
Okay.
That's the only downside.
Right.
Can I have you step down a step, because I don't believe my weight is, I'm
Yes.
sorry, okay, there we go. Sorry, I was just, my weight wasn't centered with the
Well, like
ladder.
the lower I am, the more secure and everything.
And is it possible for her from this position to do this? So this is now, maybe we're just sketching three different people. Is it possible for her to do this and put her hand on the rung and lean it out? Or this is sort of the flying?
The only way that would work is if
Yeah, I'm
hand
pushing
is
it
back
back.
here
Yeah,
is
I'm pushing back.
I'm feeling the shift in her weight.
The other that we could do is we could use this and we could lean forward.
But more like,
Or do you want me to do it that way?
It's
I
possible,
think I'm good. Yeah.
so if both hands go.
Or maybe just like if you press on my hips from the front.
Yeah, I mean, there could be something
I would
here.
probably feel safer with that.
or if somebody is from behind is just holding her hips from behind?
Oh, that's an interesting idea. Beautiful.
Yeah, I can't lean forward much further than this.
Yeah, to go far.
Yeah.
So if, Hannah, you're the one in the back, right?
Yeah.
Can you hold on to her hip bones?
Like the,
guys are good with
Or
your.
is it
Not good? Are you?
I think this way.
Just like you're.
Okay.
I grab your legs, you feel better?
I mean, yeah.
and if we could do it without Andrea in front?
Say again?
So if you're down. How's that? That's how you feel.
Okay. Like it feels a little awkward, but if it looks good, it's
And
fine.
this is as high, she can only go up 2 steps.
I could probably like
Well,
cheat
the
a
thing
little
is
bit.
that if she goes up more, they feel like it's unbalanced.
Yeah, it gets really wobbly.
Does it?
Like, I mean,
Yeah,
Yeah, we
you
would,
guys need a break?
I would like to take off my shoes because my character shoes are making.
yeah, let's set the ladder down slowly and safely.
People like it.
Oh my god.
Ginny and Savannah and Manuel.
Ground.
But I have my feet doing the workout.
So we sort of pocketed this time for you to work lines together.
So,
What, do you have scenes in mind?
The three of you, so. With Ginny. Yeah, just so that you're not just sitting here waiting. I wasn't sure whether she was gonna need you.
you were
You're gonna be in
here.
the scene eventually.
How are you guys feeling?
So if
Hold
we
on to my legs. Yes.
You guys want to work with Ginny and the two of you guys on create some physical choreography for your,
You could definitely.
for your lower back.
Oh, so I'm not.
I'm just organizing what you could do rather than just do it. So what I'm suggesting is, given the personality, that we've got lots of scenes together.
Right.
Judy could-
Rebecca, is this high enough?
And you could,
Rebecca?
the two of you could create the low scenes. Yeah,
This,
Yeah.
the height that you need?
yep,
So what I'm doing is I've got my weight in the center of my foot. I'm really bending my knees. So my weight is actually going back towards the hand. If I straighten my legs, my pelvis is gonna go forward, and because you're gonna have, so you're gonna stick your butt up. Is this the height?
that reads much, so that's the third rung up. And are you, from that position, Dana, are you able to then lean back against the ladder?
Too high.
So from the second step, you could lean back against the ladder. Okay, great.
Yeah, I think if you want that level of height, if she's got her weight back as opposed to this.
So I think that the third person, we'll figure out the order. The third person who does that will be Beatrice.
do you want me to try it?
Sure.
I
let's-
think a lot of it will also be pelvis torso ratio. So the person that has the longest torso should probably be the person that's laying back.
That's
And the
probably
person with the
Diana.
shortest torso should be the one that's reaching forward. Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
I mean, if you're not married to whoever's doing what.
No, because they're all, at this point, the lines
They're
are
all-
all scrambled and we'll work it out. And we have two other people who are available to help this. When we originally worked it, we had more bodies, so some of the images were really more about everybody, the big mass behind the ladder. and
So
the
we do
ladder
have-
leaning way over. We had two extra
Because we have
people.
Amanda and.
Yeah,
we
there
could
were,
bring in
they were just waiting. So let's just see if we can create 3 images on the ladder,
Okay,
and then we can figure out how to transition.
okay,
So I'm excited for one of them to be the leaning out,
okay.
and
So who are you anticipating that would be?
not there yet. You just said something about torso ratio, and I went, okay, you can cast who that is. You said that would
You
be,
should be the one that's leaning out. You should be. No. You
Probably
should be the
stop
one leaning back. You be the
Try it.
highest one, yeah. Okay. Yeah, everybody ready? Bianca's ready?
Third, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then how?
So, feet parallel. Your waist there, bend your knees, stick your butt up. And let's bring your left hand onto this.
it's sort of the prow of it, but it's both hands equal. You're flying.
Or you could even take this left arm and hook it around your elbow. Here you go. So your hand is flying out closer. So you're using your forearm to brace you.
Can you just look like, yeah, that's great. Is that scary? Super scary?
Are you feeling grounded?
Yeah.
Ish?
I like how you're, I can definitely do it if I feel like this.
Somebody's here.
Yeah.
So maybe there's something.
Oh, that's too much, that's too much. Yeah, there you go.
I wouldn't do here, I would go below so she feels even more
Yeah,
connected.
that
So
feels,
see how my left hand
See, I
is
could do
right on my
that.
thigh.
no, that feels good.
And can you look up to the sky and reach up to the sky?
Sorry, I'm in
Can you look, and everybody else look at me or up at her? And can you, can you
That's
all?
beautiful.
It's beautiful. Can you all like do Agatha? Can you do the lines Agatha? And just from where you are, do you know them well enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
More or less, yeah.
Agatha!
Unworthy, worthy, you answered the call.
Agatha!
They cut off your breath.
Stand tall.
Don't slouch.
Sorry. Can we try it again?
Good. And so let me just add one other thing, which is that when you're not talking, you look up at her, and when you are talking, you look out at me. Your head is going simply on your lines, you're turning your head.
Okay. Agatha!
Unworthy, worthy, you answered the call. Agatha, they cut off your breasts. Don't slouch. Stand tall.
Do you hear the bells?
Do you hear your lover's call?
The lion cannot be denied.
The man cries out as he falls.
Women hide behind veils.
Agatha dances on the tongue of God.
Turn your
Dangerous in
head,
the air.
Diana, when you're not talking. Can you turn your head when you're not? Is it too hard to remember to do that?
I'm good. We're just starting out, so I'm just working on it.
Good, okay.
Yeah, they're just trying not to drop her.
Yeah, don't drop her.
Danger is in the air? Yeah.
Danger is in the air.
Danger everywhere. When will he speak for her?
Yes, the word of his tongue will make her bloom. Agatha, how pretty your breasts are, displayed on a plate for us all.
Unworthy as we are.
And you, the most unworthy of all.
And then she
Yeah,
comes
we're gonna be
down.
nice right now.
Thank you,
I think the
everybody.
big thing is, I think you could be here and you can actually pivot and take your right hand. Unless you want her to be helped.
One of them would be helped, and I'm imagining almost like helping her walk down the ladder, but maybe that's not for this one.
Yeah.
That was beautiful, you guys. That's a really great
The only
first
thing
draft.
I would say, you don't.
I think
go
it's
back up,
interesting.
you go back into your position.
Like it's definitely.
So imagine that she's there. No, in this place. Imagine she was there.
I think it really helps when they
I just
look
think
up
maybe a little bit
at her
farther here if you can.
Instead of
instead of looking at her.
when they speak.
I definitely
Yeah, because it's just bringing the
I'm gonna have to
lines,
go without shoes.
it just makes us focus more on her.
Yeah.
I'm really
Okay.
scared. Like, I'm not doing that anymore. I definitely can't do that. Is
She's
that
saying
okay?
she needs-
I'm not hearing what you're
I
saying.
definitely cannot do that in shoes. Like, I would have to do that barefoot, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, of course.
There might be a beautiful vulnerability about that.
There's nothing. Yeah, there's no. It needs to. We're here to find out what it needs to be.
Yeah, because my toes help me grip, so I would slip if I did.
Well, this is the first one. So the variations of that.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of experimenting too with how we can get the speakers so we can see your faces, which is another issue. So I think.
So I'm curious, this might be kind of crazy to sound. You're here, right? This is the laying down one. Lucy?
Okay. Well, we're doing. I just asked them to try the first lines. So we had actually talked about this shape being Beatrice, the third one.
Uh-huh.
So the first one could be the lying down one. But actually that shape worked really well, and the casting with the voice, like I thought that worked good. So maybe you're Agatha.
Curious.
Oh, yeah.
And then Dana.
That if, so what does it feel like? I'm not gonna bear any weight, but what does it feel like
I think it's a lot longer and
if
heavier.
if the ladder starts to fall back, which means that you're taking it behind you,
Yeah.
right? And walk it so it becomes parallel with the floor. So from you, I'm here, let's go back up, Nancy. So we're gonna be really systematic. We're gonna step and have a run, so step and different run. and step and different rung, and step and different rung.
Okay.
Just something as simple as
This is why I
that.
said I needed.
And then if you came down,
Oral speaking.
I'm thinking it could be really interesting if, as she's stepping, you're stepping right? That then
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
there's a way.
She lies down on the
She
ladder.
lays down on the ladder
Do you want
in a way. No, you're gonna need to be on this side, my friend.
Do we- Okay, so do we want to try this with somebody else besides, because we just kind of try?
Yeah, she's gonna be now but I'm curious. I know, I'm curious if it also could pivot, so
Yeah,
eventually the ladder becomes
yeah,
parallel.
it needs to, that's right.
That makes sense, so
Yeah.
we're moving it and we're pivoting it. And we'll just do 1 foot, 1 hand at a time, and we'll figure out
And what the next one is.
So that
So
may
would it be
mean,
going this way?
I think it's gonna go this.
Okay,
Okay.
So that may mean that the two of you are moving stage left, you're gonna stay here, as you come down, you're gonna be here, and then she's traversing the ladder, and then eventually she's gonna be able to lay on it. With the 4 people, I don't know if you'll be able to hold it off, exactly not.
Well, it's looking to me like it can probably be several feet shorter than it is, or at least,
So,
I think,
although I do like that image of it just.
yeah, just it's a question of the weight and, yeah, okay, we'll figure that out in a bit.
So let's go, just imagine that she just came down. We're just gonna talk through this, and nobody's gonna see anybody else. But eventually, your assignment will be to be here, and your assignment will be to be there, and maybe your assignment, we're not gonna go all the way to the end. So let's just systematically. So you're gonna step and change your hands. And then you're gonna step and change your hands. And then you're gonna keep going, and how can it pivot is my question.
So, I mean, you would keep yours on the ground, and I feel like Andrea would keep hers up. Am I thinking?
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah, I'm actually wondering.
If you kind of guide us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be easier. Okay, let's.
Yeah.
Does that
Oh,
make
that's
sense?
beautiful, just turning it that
Just
way.
turning it that way.
Just the swinging of the ladder with her hands on
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
So if we did it without.
Plus the puppet, plus the books.
Let's just play, just super slow, let's see, and our goal is to get to the ladder. Okay. To get the ladder here.
So you're,
Like the
you're right. So if that lifts, this is stationary. Turn it as you go.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right.
And as long as we just keep moving and then they keep turning it,
It'll look.
This part of the ladder doesn't move. Only
Exactly.
yeah.
So it takes a lift.
Yeah.
Ah!
There you go.
Cirque du Soleil.
And then we'll plug in and you just watch what they're doing and see what's in there. And go. So we go steps and hand and step and hand, step and hand, step and hand. Maybe it just goes to there. I'm wondering. Yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah, this is not safe.
Well, I don't think you're gonna pick it up. I think that if she's stepping this way, she might be able to keep one
Hold
foot
it
on the ground.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. So I've got weight on my leg.
Yeah.
I don't know what that looks like in a skirt, but I think there might, and then she would be able to have some
Driving
kind of-
action.
I don't know, what do you think?
Yes, and when we did it before, we actually had all of the, can you guys remember how we actually did one version of this where everybody was on the back side of the ladder, I think.
The problem is the ladder's so heavy that to hold the weight of the ladder and the weight of a body moving, it's gonna be.
How did we pick somebody up on the ladder, like we picked
With
up?
like
was
10
9
people,
Yeah.
yeah. It was,
Oh, it was 9.
And that was with ASMs and Elizabeth as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
All
it was
right.
like.
No, that's why I'm asking. I wanted to see. So we're seeing what's possible with a smaller
Or
group.
like going up that way.
So can I just see, just because I was doing it, can I just see what that would look like? And you can just
Stop it.
Yeah.
slowly.
Honestly,
No
just,
real weight on the ladder.
you guys, even just the pathway of the ladder is really, it's really beautiful and powerful.
So dancers, does it make sense to place and then step, or step and place?
For me, it's step in place.
Yeah.
I think that,
If you guys need to be in unison so that you're,
yeah, on. So,
I'm also thinking that there should obviously, possibly an opposition, so if you're stepping back from your left, step back from your right,
Okay.
as opposed to
yeah,
that feeling, and always working together.
okay.
So let's say you step on your outside leg,
Okay.
and
We grab with our outside
The
arm.
other
does it
possibility
make
is
sense
that
to be cross-lateral, or does it make sense to be?
I'm concerned about what's going on off stage.
Yeah, those are like,
I don't think you're thinking so much like stepping away from the ladder, you're just bringing the ladder with you.
Yeah.
Allowing it.
Yes.
That's it.
That's it. And it pivots.
yeah,
And
So
Dana,
let's say on the second step you start.
Is it?
sitting.
yeah.
we're just looking at this and wondering if it really would make sense to add Amanda and Savannah and, we have three more people.
If that's the visual that you want.
Well, it's gonna give us more options, I think.
Okay.
Wouldn't you think, don't you think? Let's keep, I'm just seeing what's possible and then.
Yeah.
Because they're available if we need them.
Dancers, do you feel like you need more bodies?
Yes. Well, actually, no. How?
Yeah, I think, can we try it?
Sure, yes,
And
okay.
then-
No, there's no trying.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Just
Oh,
right now.
Only heck. Yes, so that's a great, that's our plan B, folks, that's our plan B, is to use those others to help. But let's see what feels good for you, comfortable for you. Partly, we realize that you're gonna be speaking, so we might wanna swap out somebody so your faces can be more forward, or more visible. All right, so this is the moving of the,
So ideally, this would be the second run, right?
could be.
Ready? And begin. Listen to each other. And, that's it. Why is the ladder not on the ground?
Yeah.
It was, can the two of you,
Can they sit on the bottom of the ladder?
can it be, there is,
So my issue is that right now she's going all the way up the ladder, like I can't get up there because I'm not.
I'm not
tall.
well, then maybe your idea is you're here,
Okay, that makes sense.
right?
Ooh, yeah, I like that.
Because that was one of the images that you
That was one
wanted,
of the
right?
images.
Yeah, I like
That you can support
Yeah,
here.
I can do that.
Cause then,
Going, please. So, and if you laid on it.
yeah, I mean,
And what would happen just for fun, take your foot off the floor for just a moment? How are you guys?
I'm
perfectly
good,
fine.
yeah.
Like,
that's,
I don't
this is
feel any of
easy.
it.
Could she get
It's
up
pretty
one, could she get
Yeah.
up?
I'm
Fine.
feeling weight,
Yeah,
but I'm
it's-
like, I can handle it. Let's see, if I can do a lot.
So you have to like.
I'm mostly putting my weight on this part.
So
It's-
what if you shifted?
If
We
it's
should
on the
switch.
Because like I have to feel like this coming out.
Cause
Right.
this is,
Like,
I'm
like
technically in the middle.
Yeah.
We'll probably be able to.
In the middle?
3, 2, 1.
But that's even easier.
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah, that's
Does that look like for you?
Yeah, and then moving her other foot, and then can you slide up across your back, your weight, can you straighten
Slide up.
your leg and slide up?
Ah.
It's
slowly push it.
But it won't hurt Hannah's back.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
she
fine.
can, yeah, so she can sit up and lie, and then you can lie back down slowly.
And are you sure you're good?
I'm good.
Three. Why don't you come down so everybody's great.
Just like lift it up.
Like,
So I feel like because I'm using my
great.
back, like I
Yeah.
have like a lot more power. So I could be, yeah, because so I could be like more weight bearing because I felt like the whole entire time I was like I don't
You're
feel
fine.
anything. Yeah.
That looks great.
You flip too. Okay, so that you're not always, it's not on the shoulder, but you're both
Yeah,
on the back. Okay.
that looks beautiful, Diana. Beautiful, Hannah.
Try that.
And even, Diana, Diana, the moment that you put one foot and then just push yourself out, push yourself up
Yeah,
onto
I
the
think there could be a reclining and then a spiraling
Yeah,
that happens.
yes, it's
Just
really
something simple that- Not so much thinking that you're up as you're, yeah.
extending yourself up over
But
her.
yeah, it's fighting, it's weight, counterweight.
It's
cool.
physical.
You have to like put a lot of
Is the issue that it will slip?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if you actually
Either lift
shifted,
it or not.
if you actually shifted and sat, so the
See, I was
Yeah.
on my knees and it felt easier because I was like,
Yeah,
so it was less.
So if you were, if it was down, rather than you holding it from here, if you did the same thing where
Yeah.
you were actually.
I
don't know.
The like little thingies, they
You
don't
They don't
They don't go flat. They are.
They like,
Yeah.
they don't have.
so this is where I think what we're trying to do is to figure out how they need to be modified.
It's a lot of.
And the ladder's already done.
What were you just saying, Matthew?
I was just trying to think the best way to keep the ladder from slipping, or spending all that energy keeping it from sliding,
Yeah,
but I'm not sure what would stop it. Or somebody's feeling.
Well, I think that if we decided that, you know, if something was crafted so this actually had more toggle.
Yeah.
Okay,
Because right now it stopped
Yeah.
because of the mechanics of how it's
okay,
constructed, so if it actually toggled
like a regular
would-
ladder.
with a regular ladder.
so Dana?
Yeah.
It could even be that one of the shifts is from this position up to this position, and then, you know, like there's a, just
And then it comes,
changing from that to that to that,
might be plenty.
feels like a journey.
Right, so it's going, so it's on this diagonal,
Yeah,
which is leaning
I'm
this way,
imagining it.
and then it's going here,
okay.
right?
I was thinking of it like coming in like this way.
Okay. Are you on stage or are you showing me
I'm showing you, so yeah, I'm,
this way?
the audience is out here.
Right.
It could be this way, the image is up this way, then it goes up and over, the image is this way, and then it shifts somehow, and the last image is out that
Nice.
way.
Yeah.
Does that work?
Yeah,
Boom, 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 boom.
right.
It's just the ladder moving, you guys, I cannot tell you how beautiful it is.
So if we're not doing, just to capitalize on what Rebecca's talking about, so show me the first placement of the ladder. We won't do the
It's just a placement.
here, right?
I was suggesting that it be,
Can we rotate it so the ladder is actually
the foot is towards the center.
going this?
I'll stay. Keep turning. A little bit like that.
Oh, I went from the side.
Oh, from the side?
Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
You can do side. So if
That's how it was.
By the mirror of how it was.
Yeah?
But maybe more tipped, and then tipping the ladder over the other way, so the foot of the ladder doesn't move.
Ah, so it's tilted
Yeah,
more this way downwards.
yeah.
So this is one. And you go up, la 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 la. You come down. Then the ladder's gonna go. So now the ladder's gonna go forward rather than backwards. if you're wanting the ladder to,
and the bodies flow around to the other side.
right?
And then you can bring it really low. Oh, that's nice. Even just what you just did was nice.
Hold it.
Good, move slowly now.
Over, yeah. Is that okay? Yeah. Well, because now there's no pivot. Yeah, there's no pivot, so it doesn't matter. Oh, I see.
Yeah,
The only
this
reason
would-
we switched was.
I sort of eliminated or moved this. And then this is Deanna climbing up, right? Whatever that needs to go in.
Wait, stop here, stop here.
Alright. Okay,
It has rubber grips on it.
and then the third,
We haven't done yet.
we haven't done yet. What feels possible? People holding them on. Anything. Throw it up there. No.
I mean, the ladder could be picked up without anybody's weight on it.
Slow and wait for us
Yeah.
to kneel down because there's a longer hold the ladder and a stake.
Okay.
Yeah. And this
Okay.
will literally like.
So
fly up.
she,
If I let go right now, it's gonna
if, let's say she climbs up, she's beautiful, she's amazing, she's dying, bad. She does this whole thing, and then maybe rather than go down, she goes through. And we're gonna lift it up parallel to the floor, dancers. You guys gonna help me lift it up so it's parallel to the floor? And then maybe it's gonna rotate clockwise.
And we'll walk
And we're gonna
around.
put it down, so it's parallel to the front of the room. Down. And then whoever, we're gonna stack it all loose, look straight up, and whoever is the third person goes up. Something like that?
Yeah.
Is that too far up stage?
The desk is gonna be there unless we move it. So,
Maybe.
but maybe, but yeah, I don't think it's too far upstage, actually.
I wonder, no, it won't work, come on. I'm just wondering if you're feeling like it needs more rotation before it does its final.
I no, I just thought having it flat and then moving it
Right,
felt good.
okay.
And then, I mean, what felt organic would have been to put the other end down, on the,
Right.
like that would.
I mean, we could, depending on if you want to cut it, you just won't be able, somebody won't be able to climb up, because that first run will be beginning on a Clydesdale horse.
Yeah. And this is a weight question. So with the four of them holding it flat, like Jungle Gym, and can they support one person hanging from it?
No, too heavy.
Okay.
Pretty sure. I mean, the only way they'd be able to do it is if we're doing what Hannah's doing, that everybody's bearing it on their back rather than holding it with their
Okay.
arms.
I was thinking, but that's really dangerous, and I don't think anyone.
Yeah, I'm
Or
just,
it might look interesting for just a person to like pantomime, like holding the weight. Just I don't know.
Yeah,
that could
maybe,
just
yeah.
wow, like
Yeah. So do you want to? What would you like to do now? Do you want to try the three?
Should we just go ahead and choreograph the third shape and then figure out?
I thought, yeah. So I'm sort of maybe I'm losing track. I thought the third was
This one.
hanging.
Well, what I thought was, rather than, because we've already seen she's in front, right, in our first shape.
Yeah.
The second shape, she's on top of it. I'm wondering, since you want that sense of expansiveness in the front, if you guys just hold.
Should I get on the other side?
Sure.
Just leave that dance.
That maybe
Yeah. Let it. Yes.
there's this.
Yes.
Let's see how far I
Yes.
can go.
Yes.
I'm
That's it.
tights. So glad I'm short.
Want me to grab you?
I don't have a bottom hand. Can you swap on my foot? There you go.
I thought you were going to keep going. No.
I
You got another body here.
A lot.
Dana.
I think that's as high as someone could go safely.
especially while being.
But I think if it's I think if it's this dancer who's taller
Can we do try
and
it out?
longer. Okay, so both Deanna and you guys are gonna wanna get there. And I'm gonna drop this.
Yes.
And I think dancers, if again, we go and we use our body weight. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I just,
Do you want me to grab my back?
please
I
tell me.
think I'm good with this.
Just looking
Okay.
weird.
Yeah, exactly. So if you've got your,
No, I think it's
Lean in a
great.
little more,
us,
like
don't,
this, but hold it.
and you could even be here
Yeah, grabbing
this way and full body weight. This way.
Yes, that would be
Right?
Yeah.
Go up one more. All right,
You got
Zoe,
that.
you
Yeah.
got you.
got
And
it.
now stick your body through
Oh.
here.
Well,
Through this.
I don't even think she needs to. Is there any way she could go up one more step so her face is clear?
No, the center of gravity changes too dramatically.
Okay, all right.
But just stick your, for me, humor me, stick your body through this one. And take your arms, one arm through. Good, good?
Yes.
And keep going. Are you okay? And swim, go forward.
Keep my butt.
Yeah,
No.
touch her, keep her here.
And you get your rest on the other side of that run.
Okay.
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 I'm gonna hold her through the
Okay.
slip
Don't
there.
hold her, hold the ladder. She's fine.
So, Diana, can you just go back to the position of just climbing up? So instead of extending out.
It's mostly because your center of gravity is going.
I like seeing her behind the ladder though, it's nice.
But behind the ladder and reaching up, are you there where you are? Can you bring one foot up?
Just one.
Just one.
Uh-huh, and your hand, and grab the top, you got ladder, and then you could reach up with the other hand. Yeah, so one hand, you're holding with one hand, the other hand is free in the space within the frame.
You guys all right?
Are you guys good? Should we come down for a second?
Or you want your.
Or no, I'm just worried about y'all.
Everybody breathe. Use your pelvis. Drop your weight through your
And
legs.
it's almost, yeah, okay, come on down, don't stay there too long. I wish, Dana, that you could see what you do.
See what I do?
Yeah. I really like seeing all the bodies on the downstage side and then one person climbing
Yeah.
up. And it's almost like the climbing itself is more interesting than
Then the
the
stationary.
leaning out.
Yeah.
So it's like really just a slow motion climbing. Yeah, can you, when you're feeling it.
Right. So, use your face.
I'm wondering.
So can you come back here, please? And you hold on, and you're literally counterbalancing with
Of
me.
course, I need to down inside when
You
you're
need to put. Cool. I've been designed going this way. Would you be pushing? Because now you.
I was.
But I'm wondering, you guys good? If there's this kind of feeling of this, that then eventually, something here, she can come through, she can keep coming through. Oh, yes.
Yeah. I think-
Right?
Yeah,
Rather than come, I don't know.
yeah.
Thank you.
It's more the journey up. And Beatrice, I just read this. We wondered about Beatrice.
What about this one for Lucy? Like, while she does that, we could be like, see how Lucy swoons.
Beatrice was the reason I was thinking of it for Beatrice. You could set the ladder down if you want to just rest your arms.
You're doing great.
I wish you could see, it looks really amazing, and we want to just make it so that your body knows where it's going. Beatrice was, her punishment was that she was put into a cell in the basement, and I think that's why the echo is happening.
And then if you're going through the cells.
So it really was resonating for me with, Beatrice, do you hear, do you hear? It's like she's hearing these echoes, she's in a, it suddenly made sense of why he wrote it that way, when I read what happened to her. So we did the detective work the other night, thinking about the text, because I read more about what happened to each one of them. The typical scenario was they did dedicate their virginity and then someone tried to take it away. Agatha was put into a house of prostitution and would not cooperate, and so they cut off her breasts. That was what happened. Yeah. So that the sort of the sense that she's being stalked, that shadowy sense that she's getting this attention that's sexual that she doesn't want. You were picking up on that. So I think we have a sketch, and I'd love to just make sure that we have a sequence. Maybe we try it with the table. Maybe we move the table. I don't know. Maybe we try it one time without the table.
I think we can try it one time without the table. I think the table is just going to be an additive thing while we're all trying to figure out. I think once they get really comfortable about where their hands are and where the weight is and what the timing is as a quintet, then you can start layering elements. But at this point in time, I mean, that ladder is heavy.
And is there any way that it could be made lighter?
Only if you have a brand new ladder.
Well, we could. No. No.
I'm just thinking Beckett does not have time to make the ladder, so, I mean, he can cut off the end, he could cut off the end of
But I
it.
like the sturdiness, and I like the fact that you have to, that it isn't something easy, because I think thematically,
It's suffering
heavy
and
it's
a
hard.
struggle, right?
So I think
don't
it'll
want you
just
to
be
be
a
in
matter of you guys really being intuitive and listening, and there's no hurry.
No, it's actually.
It's not like, oh, we have to get over here, so, she's taking longer to step, and everybody wants to be safe, and everybody wants to be safe, so I think there's part of that struggling that I don't mind the visceral nature
No, it's beautiful.
of the holding and the supporting and.
I think once the feet problem is solved, that it'll feel much easier to people.
So that seems fixable, and we need the length on it.
I like it.
Because
Because I also like
it then becomes a connection to the rings, and
Yeah.
you feel like we're sort of making a sense that you're all reaching up.
Right.
So do we know you three are your Agatha and your Lucy and your Beatrice. That's how it's working out. Okay? If we need to reassign lines, we will. But should we do it one more time without the lines and then try it once with the lines?
Which I mean,
7:37.
how are you guys doing? Can we, before we do it, can we also, while you guys get water and stretch for a few minutes, can we talk through?
Yeah.
And then
That'd be- yeah,
and then do
please.
it one.
That'd be very
That'd be
good.
Okay.
I need to like review.
Oh, yeah, because you weren't here when we memorized it.
It's fabulous. It's just for residents. It's just Oh, well, they're not. No, they're good. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just in that. No, they're totally not. They're so much better than 75. I just want to see. No, it looks amazing. It will be gorgeous. No, it's not. But how they're doing to it and all of that. And then you don't need the other two. No. I don't think so. Yeah. I mean, we were trying to do something, and they moved the table. It just does, it feels to me like. And then can you imagine that upstage?
showed you screens that open, so you see one figure just in like statue, and that happens with the opens. So we've got ringers up there just being still, holding a shape. They're just statues in the church. And then so today it has kind of this reminder of suffering, torture, and also the kind of I just wanted to tell you.
Yeah, no,
Because
it's
it's
like
like
challenge
is that ladder. Right. It'll be reversed. Yeah. But I think they're figuring out their ways. Yeah. And they've got the lines. Yeah. Okay, so okay, dancers, let's talk through it, okay? I'm calling you dancers and not actors. It's all
I
right.
call you dancers. You are dancers.
Dancers to me.
Beautiful up there.
So, we'll do it twice through. Let's talk through it. So let's mark it without the ladder. So where is everybody? So we'll talk through it, then we'll do it, and then we'll do it again with the lines, and then we'll know, oh, this transition or this part feels precarious or.
So we cut the pivot out, right? So
Correct.
now we're starting this way.
So now if it's this is my ladder, I'm down facing downstage diagonal, slightly leaning back. Now it is going to pivot slightly and to go here. And then it's going to pivot, go here.
Yeah, if it'll be
First
beautiful.
time, dancers in front. In this orientation, people around, right?
And that's Andrea.
Right?
Is this facing this way?
We just
Yeah.
flipped it.
Yeah, we
Gotcha.
just flipped it. So you're facing this way, dancers here, everybody knows where they're bearing their weight, right? You're farthest down stage now?
No, I'm not. I'm in the center.
You're the farthest down stage. Oh, good, then I'll be able to see you. Your mom will be so happy.
But one of the things that this does is changes who's downstage so that we get to see more faces.
Yeah, because it flips the orientation. Then these dancers rotate down behind the ladder, so now you're upstage, and you guys begin to walk it, and you come down and become a stabilizing person downstage, and you traverse up the ladder, right? And you're beautiful and all this stuff.
Should I wait to climb up the ladder until you guys are new?
Yes.
That sounds right. Okay.
So wait for us.
This will be the thing that we want to probably take.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
this dancer's gonna come down, she's gonna up,
All things
then
being
she's
recorded.
gonna melt between the rungs, you're not gonna descend. And as she shifts, the ladder is then going to do what?
Pick up.
Be picked up.
Be picked up, rotated
Oh, conquer.
this way,
Yeah.
Yes.
So we walk.
right? So the people around the feet are now here,
Yes.
right?
Here.
And then it goes vertical,
I'm here. I'm
you're pulling, you come around, you come upstage, right?
Are you?
Okay.
Deanna, you shift to that side because I think Andrea's moving back.
Yeah, I'm moving over here.
So as you melt, you'll come stage left. And then it goes up and you ascend.
Yep.
And
Spidey,
then
spidey,
she comes
spidey.
down. And then I don't know what happens to the ladder.
Yeah, we don't know how it gets on and we don't know how it gets off.
Okay, just magic. All right, does everybody know?
Yes.
This is all we're gonna work on right now. We'll figure out how it gets here and how it gets off. Okay. So we'll do it twice through. First time is just logistics.
Yeah.
Listening, taking your time, there's no hurry, talk to each other, use your vocabulary, it's so scary, I feel good, I'm fine, blah, blah, blah. We'll go all the way through, we'll fix anything that needs to be fixed, and then we'll do it a second time, and you'll do it with.
Sweet.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Okay. Ooh, are you okay?
Yeah, fine. Ow. Okay.
Zoom.
Sweet.
Okay. And we rotate to the toe. Here? Yeah.
Let's
think
angle it
it would
this way, dancers.
Yeah.
Okay, There you go. Is that the angle?
I'm tipping, I'm tipping.
Yeah.
I'm tipping.
Put your foot. Can we move it a little bit
Yeah.
towards center? Because
Absolutely.
I feel
Close
like
to the edge.
yeah, too close.
There you go.
Of
That's
course.
perfect.
That flange is actually helpful to.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
step on, isn't it?
Yeah. It just needs to rotate more. It just doesn't have the full range.
But it's already there.
But when they tip it a different way, it doesn't have
It
the
locks.
lines.
Or we could just like be an active icon.
Totally.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. Okay.
Right now we
Just
just
for that
okay, yeah,
one
you're not
office.
safe.
You're not safe.
Maybe we bring the other people in to bring it on.
Can we start?
Yes, please do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good.
So now we need to flip her, so. Dana,
What?
so,
Flip who?
Are we pausing?
Are we pausing or do we continue?
continue. I think she just needs to open over her left shoulder rather than her right shoulder.
She's off.
So we're gonna pause for a moment.
Yes.
So right now we get a nice shot of the booty.
Like you don't want it?
I'm wondering-
Not at this moment. So I'm wondering if rather than climbing up this way, you're able to climb up this way.
Okay.
All right, are you guys good?
Yeah.
One. So that you're all ready.
Yeah,
And then instead of how I was holding my arm like that, hold it over
Yeah.
here.
Be open.
And-
Be open.
Okay, my right arm is stronger anyway, so. Yeah.
I mean, it's whatever you're comfortable with, but
Yes.
there's something about,
And then just play with my foot.
or, you know, whatever Rebecca's direction's gonna be, but I think, and so then when you come down, you're still open.
it's more like you're walking down a stair step.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
That's nice.
So is that gonna be okay with you being here?
I haven't footed, so you don't.
I think she gets you at the end. I don't
Okay,
think she's
so you don't
standing,
support me yet?
yeah. Yes,
Beautiful.
exactly,
Yeah,
You stuff about your knee.
yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful, exactly.
really slow and simple, much slower.
Yeah.
Really slow.
That's beautiful.
And you know, some of the gestures that come from Agatha,
Right, okay,
So-
continue, just so we're going through the transitions.
Yeah.
And then keep going.
This is 100.
I was imagining, Dana, that the ladder
I
would
think
just.
the ladder,
Yeah.
let's just go back to where it was. Please.
Just needs to swivel a
I
little.
think when we did this originally, rather than turned it, we just dropped it.
Yeah,
Oh, I totally forgot.
Just like
You guys just move around.
Yeah, we literally, okay, so I slide this direction, you slide.
Yes. Exactly.
Okay,
nice,
stop, stop,
really
stop, stop.
beautiful.
and like keep this part really slow, yeah.
And then you pivot and you go into your back. So you're gonna do your back too, the way
Oh,
your
I am,
hands-
okay.
Yep, the way to, yeah, the other way. I think,
Yes, but now you're yet again taking out the weight because
Yeah.
I'm a
She's
short
tall.
little baby.
You can be higher up.
Me?
Diana.
There you go. Yes.
can we just go through that little move where you pivot?
I feel like bad.
Actually, I feel like, that's not as interesting to me. I like the way you did it before, where it was on your shoulder.
Okay,
and
cool,
then-
that feels much safer. for
Yeah, I
me.
think
Yeah,
it's-
I know my
yeah.
especially for me because I am then actually bearing
Then you're
something.
after doing. Okay, continue.
Good.
Tell me about the transition.
Diana, you can even start that while they're still moving.
And bend your knees. In your back hand. Other hand, other back.
Who are you talking to?
Yeah. Just so there's one.
Is that hurting you then?
I feel like I just don't have a good enough grip on the ladder with this one.
Okay. Beautiful. Just
Do some writing.
slide through, and the ladder moves. And
Yeah. So
So, yeah,
you
we
just
just
hold
hold
it.
it,
Yeah.
Yeah, we bring it up.
So you're gonna be looking at
yeah. Rotate it.
and then ready?
Okay, cool.
That's gonna work.
That's nice. Really nice.
I think it's gonna work.
Go to the other side. Yes. Look how high she gets now. Beautiful.
It's really about looking up rather than out, like really up and reaching up. More through the center of the ladder, like just like a shaft of sunlight like through the bottom of a well. Whatever you feel comfortable with. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great.
Beautiful.
Get your face up. Are you comfortable now to reach up from where you are? Yeah,
Are you all good down there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. And so just come down so you're a little more secure, and I'll just give you a little note. So Diana, and this is really a note for everybody, but when you gesture, if you can really sort of like swim through slow motion rather than kind of do that, it's really magical. So it's just to, rather than hit your marks, just really, it's interesting whatever you're doing as long as you're moving slowly through that
Okay.
for all of you.
Let's come down so everybody can rest.
Yeah.
How, was there anything that feels, I mean, I know we're just learning it and we're eventually, you'll get it in the way like, oh, my hand goes here and then
Yeah, just
my
felt the
partner
nice
goes there and all of
flow.
that.
Yeah.
Why don't we put the ladder down so you guys can rest? Sore.
Just let it go. But I don't want it to. I got it.
Was there any parts that feel, it doesn't make sense or feel, I mean, I know we're just figuring it out.
For the first time.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna invite you as you're working on this to go slowly. I know the tendency is to like rush and get the ladder up,
Yeah.
but if you're working with intentionality,
Yeah.
rather than, oh shit, I need the ladder. It's not about moving the ladder.
Yeah.
It's about creating this whole organic, intentional montage that spills up, and then it spills back down, and then it goes into something else, and then she's reclining. So the whole thing is breathing rather than shape. And shape, I think that's what Rebecca's talking about when she's talking about, you know, this is all brand new, but just something to hold in your mind, that there's no hurry
Yeah.
to get up or to get the ladder. That it really can be this very thing. So if I'm gonna take, if she's my partner and she's the ladder, I'm not gonna pull it, right? I'm gonna make sure that her weight is moving with me and that we're having a conversation and I'm having a conversation rather than. And if you get tired,
Yeah. You have to let me
you
know.
have to be like, I need a break.
Right.
This feels. So I would invite when you're working on this, beginning of the session. Not the end.
Yeah, I like that.
I like that, yeah, that gotta go to the book. So that would be, beautiful.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Great. You guys are fantastic. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna go home. And I like the simplicity of just the five of you. I think all of a sudden then it starts to get too, you're all strong enough and you're all figuring out the physics, and I think once Matthew can have.
Yeah. We keep kicking her seams down the road. So, but I don't know.
As it was getting slower and we were
She
learning,
just needs to do
where
it.
to
But
Right.
Yeah.
the weight, it was okay.
Right.
But it still would be nice.
Yeah, that's lighter metal piece.
And then you guys.
Especially if our feet are uncovered, like it would be better if
Come on.
rubber
come
something
on.
nicer for our foot to be on. If,
I was just talking because you have an actress going to emergency room, so.
oh,
I didn't think.
They're just figuring it out. Anyway,
It could be all barefoot.
I like that.
so that's what we were saying.
And then the Sufi spinning will be easier.
The only thing about that is that if we are barefoot, putting our feet on that metal, like, the plate at the bottom is not sharp. It hurts.
Well, so
we might be able to
But
wrap it.
also if it's
Yeah.
bending.
we got that.
Yeah.
We got that. So we're gonna try it once with lines. Don't rush, take it slow, and we'll just see. So this will be as much for you to get to watch it, which will be fun for you to see what it looks like. Because I think if you have confidence that you're making these really gorgeous images, that it'll be, that much more fun to do as you are living inside of it. It's kind of like the five of you together.
Yeah, I mean, it's a whole beautiful piece, even those of you that are on the ground and the holding, I mean, that's the sculptural
Yeah,
aspect as
it's
well.
very,
It's really
it's very
beautiful.
beautiful.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank
you.
No, I got it. Okay. Great. Yeah. Now you do your magic. I did the movement part. Now you do the dress.
Okay. Thank you. All right, we're gonna tape it when you're ready.
Yeah. Get that. Yeah. Bottom. Put it back over there.
So big question for me is how does the ladder get into its
Nope, you're okay. You're okay.
first position? Make it really slow.
We need to move a little.
Okay, forward.
Yeah. And we also have to cheat down.
Yeah, like that. Angle. That perfect.
Okay. Feet anchored.
Anchored.
Whenever you're ready.
Agatha, unworthy, worthy, you heard the call. Agatha, they cut off your breasts.
Don't slouch.
Stand tall.
Do you hear the bells?
Do you hear your lover's call?
The lion cannot be denied.
Out as he falls.
Woman hide behind veils.
Agatha dances on the tongue of God.
Danger is in the air.
Danger everywhere.
When will he speak for her?
Yes, the word off his tongue will make her bloom. Agatha,
How pretty your breasts are,
displayed on a plate for us all.
unworthy as we are.
And you, the most unworthy of all.
And I think that you can start the walking sooner than waiting for them to get all the way into position.
Oh. Oh, Lucy.
Unworthy, worthy.
You heard the call.
Oh, Lucille,
They plucked out your eyes.
look with the eyes of God.
He will blink for you.
Beware how the dark tickles your frown.
Do you hear your dark-hearted lover call?
She swoons.
Oh my! See how Lucy swoons
And falls.
Oh, Lucy.
How pretty
Your eyes were
This isn't a good-
Laid on the ground like jewels for
It's-
us all.
unworthy as we are, and you, the most unworthy of all.
Slow, 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 slow. That was beautiful. We just have to position it.
Yes, it's perfect.
And we need this.
And almost, yep.
Oh, sorry. Beatrice, unworthy, worthy. You answered the call.
Beatrice, show us your knees.
Your scars. Be strong.
Do you?
Do you?
Do you?
Do you?
Do you?
Hear.
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 Hear. The bells.
Do you hear? Do you hear
Your lover's
call? Your lover's call. Like a loon, you must fly to him.
Your webbed feet
Never touching the pond.
The pain in her song fills us with awe.
We pray. You never falter.
You never fall.
Unworthy as we are.
And you,
The most unworthy of all.
Good. We will thank you. You can put the ladder down. Congratulations.
Can you go plug that work light?